So last week I passed the first phase of a $300,000 account in one trade. I documented the trade and my thought process whilst in the challenge in the video that I posted last week. Coming into this video, if you watched the last one, you're going to know exactly where we left off. A 20 loss because you've got to basically have minimum trading days of 5. So I passed yesterday that this is a very nice demand. The reason it's such a nice demand, liquidity being swept. And then once we retested, which is where I got my entry, so phase 1 was passed. All I had to trade was the minimum trading days to get to the second phase. Coming into this week, those minimum trading days were done, and that meant I could start trading my second phase account. So this video is going to break down how I passed the second phase of my $300,000 challenge account in only one trade. Yes, that's right. That meant that I passed the phase 1 and phase 2 of this challenge in just one trade each phase. Now, a quick disclaimer, this isn't the reality of trading. No trader, no matter how good you are, wins every single position. As a professional trader, my job is to get as close to that 100% win rate as possible with good risk management. That way I can maximize my profits whilst minimalizing my losses, because everyone has them. Even if I lost the trade that I took Monday, I would still have another 11 opportunities to pass that challenge, assuming I'm only risking 1% per position. Okay, so just to show you the My Forex Funds page, and obviously show you that I have actually passed the second phase, I am still doing minimum trading days, hence why I'm getting one trade per day, and it's like $0.0 whatever. That's just to ultimately get to the 5 minimum trading days so that I can then get to the funded account. But ultimately I've passed it. As you can see, the profit target's been hit, 5% increase, and for some reason, because I took the trade fairly quickly after acquiring the account on the same day, it's just said that I've started at $15,000 for some reason. Yeah, that's ultimately a bit of a breakdown of how this all looks and how it looks once you've passed. All it is now is just me trading the minimum trading days. You've also got to remember that my approach for challenges is going to be completely different to yours, as I've had multiple payouts from these prop firms. There is little to no pressure for me to pass these challenges. Whereas let's say you've saved up $1.5 grand to take this 300K from a job, there's going to be a lot more pressure on you to pass that challenge, almost making it harder. Emotions and psychology are such a big player in trading, especially these pressurized moments and challenges, and that's why I'm so comfortable in these positions. Okay, so this is ultimately how the trade looked once I'd finished the position, but what I'm going to do now is actually break through this analysis like it was live on replay mode. Okay, so let's bring it back. Let's bring it back to Asian session. So we've got it here. Okay, so what I've been looking at, and I'll get rid of all of this so I can actually talk through the analysis. So looking at, let me click F11. Looking at the actual analysis, we've got clear market structure. Why can I not find what I'm looking for? The path tool. So we've got change of character here, then a kind of a change of character within there, but then from here, this high, and this is why I'm looking at the structure, this high takes out that low, causing a movement to the downside. Don't know what's going on here. So I'm looking at that as being taken out. And then I'm also now looking at this low to this high, because this is the extreme high of that swing that took out this low. So when you're looking at the swing again, down, up, breaks that low. Okay, so looking at that, I'm now thinking, okay, what order blocks can I trade from and what areas are actually valid? So if you look, this has already reacted to this area here. So you could either, in my opinion, look at this as the order block, because there's nothing really else in here. I don't really consider that good enough due to where it is in the fib retracement. It doesn't look ideal, and also where Asian session is, there's not a clear area to react to. So when looking at the fib, this is very much on the equilibrium, which isn't, it can work especially on lower time frames, but when you go into higher time frames, not so much. So also notice this big fair value gap that's recently been created, and there's a little bit of fair value gap here. I think the market obviously wants to go down towards this area, which I'd already outlined in previous analysis. So when then going on to the lower time frames again, I forgot to do that at the start actually, is go through the hourly, but anyways, once this has obviously broken this low, I'm very much interested in this area here and this area here as well, because there's clearly a lot of selling pressure from this area as multiple fair value gaps have been made. Okay, so looking at this, I knew I didn't want to trade from here, and then you've got to remember I'm not actually on the markets at this point. I'm on the markets, I'm looking at the markets, being aware of what's happening in the markets around this point now. Kind of from 6 onwards is when I generally have a peep in at the markets. So I'm looking at these two areas now as liquidity sweeps. Now I do trade London session, but I think I was filming a lot for Woke, so I actually didn't trade in the morning. But I'm looking at these resistances as ultimately just liquidity, structural liquidity. As you can see, Asian session high, and the structural liquidity there has been manipulated, and also that liquidity there from that previous high has also been taken out. So what we've then seen is a reaction off this bottom. We didn't get a break of that low, so I'm not interested in this high. I'm still looking at it as liquidity, and I'm actually looking at it as more of London session liquidity because it's the London high. So here, London session high, in brackets, extra liquidity. Okay, so that's interesting there. It's now coming into New York session, which is very interesting, coming into pre-New York really. And as you can see, we break it and we come into that area that we're looking to trade from, so this order block. We then go on to the lower time frame on the 1 minute. Oh, not on the 1 minute, sorry, 5 minute. I do look on the 5 and 1 occasionally, well, all the time. But ultimately, I'm looking at this low as a swing low of this 5 minute swing. So I'm waiting for that to be taken out. At the moment, it's a strong low, but then when price then breaks it with a very impulsive move and strong selling pressure, I'm instantly looking at this area here, because for me, just a mitigation of the order block isn't enough, and the sweeps of liquidity isn't enough. For it to be a proper trade and look for the execution model, we need to see that change of character, that confirmation. Once that then happens, I get my Feb tool out. I don't always do this. This is a bit extra for the video, I guess. I'm looking at just to see if the demand is in that premium of the swing, which it is, and obviously it's the premium of the overall swing as well. So then I'm looking to take a position from here, like so, and target this low as it is weak. It hasn't taken out the high, so it's a weak low. Don't know what I'm doing here. It's weak, so it's a target, and now it's just gone black. Let's make it white and the text white. Sorry, I've recently changed my chart colors. If you want to find out how to get the chart colors that I'm using, it's WokeFX's colors, as you can see. I've got a free Discord that goes through kind of a bit more information about what I do, and yeah, ultimately I will be going through how to get these chart colors. It's not very hard, but yeah, this ultimately works out about a 4R. So when you look at it play out, we got tapped in. I did get a very good entry. I think I got it like kind of up here. It was better than a 4R because it passed the challenge and there's only 1% risk. So I think it was something, it was a 5R. I kind of closed it around here. I was sending constant updates into the Discord. But ultimately, once we saw that, we saw the big drop, and there we go, took out that weak low. And that's the position ultimately. That's what passed that second phase, maybe the 5%, and now that 300K funded account has been secured with my forex funds. It is just a case of trading the minimum trading days, and that's ultimately how I passed a 300K phase 1 and phase 2 in one trade on each phase. So 2 trades overall, about 40K in profit total, 15K profit in this one, and 24K profit in the first phase, which is what last video was on. And yeah, happy days. If you are looking for a place to learn how to trade, WokeFX, where I mentor, are releasing their full mentorship and 2 courses, which include 150 lessons with access to all my previous trades, weekly analysis, and WokeFX community access too. It's a good place to learn from multiple funded traders and even leaderboard traders. I'm often asked what the WokeFX office looks like. Here's some visuals of the office. We obviously operate from one room mainly, but the plan is to open up live in-person training for WokeFX members too in these big boardrooms. Okay, and that is it for this video. I hope everyone enjoyed. Thank you for watching. If you could, make sure to subscribe and put the notifications on for videos just like this. And also follow my Instagram at Rob Dono and WokeFX's Instagram, which is at Woke Limited. See you in the next video.